Steve, how was it getting ready for your character, Brock?
That's a really funny story because when I first wrote the play, Stripped, the whole Steve Savage character I wrote for myself because that's basically what I did for 20 years. And I wanted to make it as easy as possible for me and do the least amount of work. But when we started the whole casting process, for whatever reason, the Brock role was the hardest one to cast. And everybody wanted the Steve Savage role. So I said, you know what, that would be challenging. It would be something different for me. I'd have to really get back into the whole method and bring the whole, because he comes out of the closet, which is a little weird for me, but breaking the fourth wall, talking about something uncomfortable, and doing a 5-page monologue for me was kind of awesome. So the whole transition from being Steve Savage to Brock was actually a mistake, but it actually worked out for the best.
So you think it helped you as an actor?
Oh, absolutely, because again, coming from a middle-class family in Staten Island, Italian, Greek, to even think or act like you're gay would be like a whole huge thing. So to talk about something like that you're uncomfortable with and doing it for a 5 to 10-page monologue while breaking the fourth wall was actually really challenging, but I'm really, really glad I did it. Actually, if people wouldn't stop chopping this guy, last night's performance, after the show, a couple girls came up to me and they're like, wow, we're really proud of you that you actually came out. And I said, well, I'm really not gay, I'm straight. And they're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Anyway, which to me, it was awesome because, I'm doing a good job at what I'm supposed to be doing. So, yeah, so it was I'm glad I took that role.
I'd say the major difference would probably be, honestly doing an honest, monologue and breaking the fourth wall and actually having crowd participation as far as, just spilling my guts out. When you dance, there's not many things that you have to say. You don't speak very much. You're just, dancing and trying to give a good show. But the process when it comes to doing a play, an actual stage play, is a totally different realm altogether. You have to put your heart and soul into your character. I'm playing a character, the Black Mamba, Leslie Samuel Jackson, sexy. And, he's an interesting character, and I had to really bring his character out for the audience to really get an understanding of who he is and what he's going through. So, it's a different realm altogether because I really didn't have to speak to the audience in any way. So I'm just trying to really project this character, and that's exactly what he is. He's definitely a character. All the characters are really interesting in this play.
I worked at Chippendales many years ago for a couple of years. That helped out a bunch to be able to feel like you're going to take your clothes off in a play. It definitely helped out. Some of the other guys have some experience as well, but there's one, a younger one, had no experience, and he had the toughest time.
Now, would you say, what is the major comparison between this and Chippendales, between Stripped and Chippendales? What are the major differences?
Oh, there's a huge difference. I mean, the play is really, you're looking at the life of 4 male dancers, not really looking at them stripped. They're breaking character and breaking the fourth wall and really letting them know about you, why they are dancing, what makes them tick. Most of them don't want to be doing what they're doing, but they are. Who's an alcoholic, who's lost love and will never find love again, so he's just basically stripping, getting it with as many girls as he can.
So basically, I felt it was a really good challenge. I felt the show was a really good challenge. I felt it was new material, edgy. It's the kind of work that I like to do because it's different. It's different. It deals with taboos, it deals with myths about relationships, sex, perceptions of females, males, and marrying. So, yeah.
What was your again? Being the only one I think come from that world. What was your research to learn how to dance and bring Julio Santana, the stripping part, to make it believable for the audience?
Well, actually, I first went to stripper's show, a male stripper review. I've never seen anything like that before. That's actually a different product, but I wanted to just, do my research and see what the nature of this is. There's always a place in society, mostly in a city like this, for whatever you're looking for, whatever the tastes are, for you to find that, so as an audience, as a performer, I wanted to be able to just, take it for what it is, without any judgment, without any preconceived notions about what's going on in that world, and I think, again, as long as nobody is doing anything to hurt anybody else, it's a free game. So I felt that it was interesting, and that I was impressed how sexually active people are during the shows, mostly the ladies, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I met Steve Stanulis actually doing a shoot as an actor. We were shooting, I believe, a commercial for an unnamed large computer company. And we, afterwards we hit it off, and afterwards we went and we were chatting about just things in general, and he mentioned this idea that he had. And the first thing I said to him was like, where are you gonna do it? He said, I don't know, do it at a theater. And I said, well, you should probably do it at a club. He hadn't even written it, from my understanding. So I didn't see him again for a couple of months, and I saw him at an audition, and he said something completely inappropriate to me, but in a nice way. And the next thing I know, we're talking about it, and in fact, he'd worked on a script, and I said, well, let me have a look at it, and maybe we'll talk about it. And I saw it, and it was conceptually good, and the bones were there. It was not a play that could be done. It wasn't written like a play. It was written more like a film script, and it was all focused on the character that was going to be him. And I took a stab at reworking it and editing it. He liked it. I then said, well, and I'll be the director. He said, you should be the director. And so we sort of collaborated on the idea of it and cast it together. And the next thing I know, we have a play, and here we are.